Hey warrior, let's get real for a moment. We live in a society that constantly shouts at us to hustle harder, move faster, and fight relentlessly for everything we desire. Every headline, every motivational post seems to glorify exhaustion, as if burning yourself out is proof that you're serious about success. But pause for a second. What if that's a lie? What if the secret to manifesting everything you truly want isn't found in frantic action, but in something the ancient Stoics discovered thousands of years ago, the profound peace of letting go? Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man of his time, understood this truth. In his private journal, he wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." This wasn't weakness or passivity. It was wisdom. He knew that when you stop thrashing against the current of life and instead flow with it, doors you never saw before begin to open. The Stoics weren't dreamers sitting on the sidelines. They were warriors who fought differently. Their weapon wasn't rage, it was clarity. Their strategy wasn't force, it was wisdom. Think about water. It doesn't curse the rocks in its path. It flows around them, over them, through them. And with time, water shapes the very landscape that once seemed immovable. That's the power of relaxed intention, the ability to hold your desire with open hands, to trust that life itself is conspiring to bring you exactly what you need. Here's the paradox. When you grip your goals too tightly, when anxiety makes your shoulders tense and your knuckles white, you don't pull your dreams closer. You actually push them away. Anxiety creates resistance, and resistance blocks the very abundance you're chasing. The Stoics saw this clearly. They understood that desperation is often the greatest barrier between us and the life we want. But when you relax, when you stop demanding and start trusting, the game changes. Suddenly you notice opportunities that were invisible before. You meet people at the right time. Circumstances fall into place almost effortlessly, not because you forced them, but because you carried yourself with calm confidence, a posture that tells the universe, I am ready to receive. This doesn't mean giving up on your ambitions or being lazy. It means learning the difference between exhausting struggle and effortless action. It's like planting seeds. You put them into the soil with care, but then you trust the rain and the sun to do their work. You don't dig them up every hour to see if they've sprouted. You trust the process. The Stoics had a word for this, amor fati, the love of fate. It's the radical acceptance that everything unfolds as it should, even when we can't see the full picture yet. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 Stoic principles that will transform the way you manifest. These aren't motivational slogans. They're ancient truths tested by centuries of human experience. Each one will help you release the tension that's been blocking your blessings and step into that flow state where miracles stop being rare and start feeling natural. But before we dive in, I want you to do something small but powerful. Hit that like button right now. It's your way of declaring, I'm ready for transformation. And type this affirmation in the comments. When I relax, life flows to me. Share this video with someone you care about. And make sure you subscribe, because we're just getting started. Rule 1. The art of detached desire. Here's one of the strangest paradoxes of life. The more desperately you cling to something, the more it slips away. Think about it. How many times have you wanted something so badly that you obsessed over it, only to feel it drift further out of reach? The Stoics discovered a different way to relate to desire, and modern psychology is finally catching up. Epictetus, once a slave who rose to become one of history's greatest philosophers, sighed, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." He wasn't telling us to give up our dreams. He was showing us that there's a difference between wanting something and needing it. When you need something, your energy becomes desperate. You suffocate your own spirit. But when you want something while being completely okay without it, something magical happens. You create. Magnetism. Think about the people in your life who seem to effortlessly attract what they desire. They aren't the ones constantly announcing their lack or posting desperate affirmations for validation. They're the ones who hold their desires lightly, the way you might hold a butterfly on your palm. If it stays, beautiful. If it flies away, they're still whole. The Stoics called this preferred indifference. Yes, they preferred success, love, and abundance, but they refused to let their peace depend on those things. And that very independence gave them strength. When you practice detached desire, you stop broadcasting desperate energy that pushes people and opportunities away. Instead, you operate from abundance even before the abundance arrives. Your decisions come from confidence, not fear. And confident decisions almost always create better outcomes. The true magic of detached desire is this. You can say, "I want this, and I'm working toward it, but even if it doesn't happen exactly the way I imagine, I will still be okay. I trust life enough to bring me something equal or better." That's not giving up, that's growing up. So practice this today. Hold your biggest dream in your mind, then take a slow breath and whisper, "This or something better." Feel how it releases the tension in your chest, how it opens space for infinite possibilities. That's what the Stoics meant by power without desperation. Drop this affirmation in the comments if it resonates with you. I desire with peace, not desperation. Rule 2. Present moment magnetism. Most people live everywhere except the only place they actually have power, the present. Their minds loop endlessly between replaying a past they can't change and worrying about a future that doesn't exist. Yet, the result? Stress, distraction, and exhaustion. But the Stoics understood a profound truth. The present moment is where all of life happens. It's where choices are made, where meaning is created, and where power lives. All manifestation, every opportunity, every breakthrough, every blessing only ever happens in the present moment. When your mind drifts elsewhere, you miss the magic that's already unfolding around you. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." At first glance, it sounds poetic, but look closer. It's not just philosophy, it's a form of practical magic. Because when your awareness is anchored here in the now, you suddenly notice things your scattered mind could never catch. That offhand comment from a colleague that sparks a brilliant idea, that inner nudge telling you to take a different route home, where you bump into someone who changes your life, that quiet instinct to pause instead of rush, which leads you straight to the door that was waiting for you. Presence is more than awareness, it's energy. When you're truly present, you stop dragging the heavy baggage of yesterday and the anxious weight of tomorrow. What's left is your pure potential, the most attractive force you have. Think of the most magnetic people you know. They're not the ones glued to their phones. bragging about what they'll do someday. They're the ones who look you in the eye when you speak. They make you feel like you're the only person in the room. They radiate calm, undivided attention. That's presence, and it draws people. And opportunities like a magnet. The irony is almost funny. When you stop living for the future, you actually create a better future. When you stop trying to escape this moment becomes the launch pad for everything you've been longing for. Opportunities don't exist tomorrow. They live in your awareness today. Your breath is the anchor that pulls you back here. Each time your mind wanders into what if or if only, come home to your body. Feel your feet pressing into the ground. Name 3 things you can see, 3 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel right now. This isn't abstract. Mindfulness, it's manifestation training. Stop waiting for life to begin. Stop sitting in the waiting room of your dreams. This moment is not a placeholder. It's the stage where miracles unfold. Rule 3. The wisdom of accepted resistance. Life will give you obstacles. Not maybe, not sometimes, always. The question isn't if, it's when. But here's the real separator between those who manifest their dreams and those who remain stuck. How you respond to resistance. Marcus Aurelius faced plagues, wars, betrayal, and the weight of an empire. Yet he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." It wasn't just poetic, it was a battle-tested truth. Resistance isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Most people hit a wall and collapse. They think the universe is punishing them. They get bitter, resentful, and give up. But what if the obstacle isn't there to stop you? What if it's there to shape you, to refine you into the version of yourself that's capable of holding the success you've asked for? Think of an oyster. A grain of sand enters. It irritates, it hurts, but over time the oyster doesn't break. It creates a pearl. What was painful becomes precious. Your obstacles aren't punishments. They're invitations. When you stop fighting reality and start partnering with it, resistance transforms. Instead of wasting energy on resentment, you redirect that energy into growth. You become like water, flexible, persistent, unstoppable. This doesn't mean passivity. Stoicism never called for sitting back and doing nothing. It means taking inspired action, not desperate action. It means responding with clarity, not reacting with panic. So the next time life throws you off course, ask yourself, how is this serving my highest good? What is this trying to teach me? How is this preparing me for what I've asked for? Sometimes delays are protection. Sometimes detours lead to something better. Sometimes rejection is the clearing that makes space for the real opportunity. The universe sees a bigger map than you do. Trust it. Say this out loud. Anchor it into your heart. And type it in the comments if it resonates. I grow stronger through resistance, not weaker. Rule 4. The power of inner authority. Here, that's a hard truth that can change everything. You've been giving away your power, and that's why your manifestations feel so out of reach. The Stoics discovered that real freedom, real manifestation, begins the moment you reclaim your inner authority. When you stop letting outside circumstances dictate your inner state, everything shifts. Epictetus taught, no one can hurt you without your permission. He wasn't just speaking about resilience, he was pointing to where your real power lives. Every time you say, I'll be happy when, or I'll feel successful if. You hand the keys of your soul to something outside yourself. Think about how exhausting that is. Your mood tied to someone else's opinion. Your self-worth tied to a paycheck. Your peace tied to whether people approve or not. That's not power. That's slavery in disguise. But when you reclaim your inner authority, when you anchor your peace inside instead of outsourcing it, the game changes. You begin to realize something life-changing. Your peace, your joy, your sense of abundance. None of these are dictated by circumstances. They are decisions, not conditions. This doesn't mean you stop caring about outcomes. It simply means you stop outsourcing your well-being to outcomes. That shift alone gives you tremendous power. Why? Because now you're no longer acting from desperation, but from stability. You're no longer reaching from a place of emptiness, you're radiating from a place of fullness. Think about it. When you know you can be happy regardless of what's happening around you, you make better decisions. You're not clouded by fear of loss or rejection. When you know your worth doesn't hang on anyone else's approval, you start showing up more authentically, without masks or pretense. And when you know your security comes from within, you dare to take risks that others would never dream of. That inner steadiness is magnetic. People feel it. Opportunities gravitate toward it. Success flows naturally to those who don't need it in order to feel valuable. Because the moment you stop chasing, you start attracting. Practice this shift today. Before you check your phone for likes or messages, before you peek at your bank account, before you seek reassurance from anyone else, pause. Ask yourself, how do I choose to feel right now, regardless of what's happening outside? Then honor that choice. The outer world is always a mirror of your inner world. Change what's happening inside, and the outside will eventually align. That is real sovereignty. Say it, write it, believe it. I am the author of my own experience. Rule 5. The art of strategic non-action. This one might sound like a paradox. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is no move at all. We live in a culture that worships hustle. Busyness is confused with productivity. Constant motion is mistaken for progress. But the Stoics and the sages who influenced them understood a different truth. There's a profound difference between motion and meaningful action. Lao Tzu, whose teachings deeply shaped Stoic thought, said, "The sage does not attempt anything very big, and thus achieves greatness." In other words, wisdom often means knowing when not to force, when to let things unfold. Look around. How often is your taking action really just anxiety in disguise? We keep moving because stillness makes us uncomfortable. We keep pushing because we fear that if we stop, we'll fall behind. But that frantic energy is often what blocks the very opportunities we're chasing. That strategic non-action is not laziness. It's not giving up. It's confidence. It's the ability to step back after doing your part and let the process breathe. It's planting seeds with care and then trusting the soil, the rain, and the sun to do their work. Think of a master chess player. They don't move pieces just to move them. They wait, they watch, they hold their ground until the right moment appears. Their patience is their power. Their restraint is their strategy. When you learn this art, you stop exhausting yourself with meaningless busyness. You begin trusting your intuition, knowing when it's time to act boldly and when it's time to wait quietly. You discover that the universe often needs space to work its magic, and your job is to step out of the way. Practice this. When you don't know, say, "I don't know." When you sense it's time to wait, actually wait. Notice how this simple shift creates openings for solutions you couldn't force into existence. The universe rewards those patient enough to receive. Rule 6. Gratitude as a manifesting force. Most people think of gratitude as politeness, a quick thank you before rushing on. But the Stoics understood gratitude as something far deeper, one of the most powerful manifesting forces in existence. Marcus Aurelius, in all his challenges as emperor, reminded himself each morning, "The people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and I recognize that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own." Even in recognizing flaws, he chose gratitude. Gratitude for awareness, for perspective, for the ability to respond with wisdom rather than resentment. Here's why gratitude works. Energetically, it flips the switch from scarcity to abundance. Instead of obsessing over what's missing, you acknowledge what's already here. Instead of radiating lack, you radiate fullness. And this isn't about fake positivity. Stoic gratitude is brutally honest. It acknowledges hardship, but chooses to see value in it. Grateful for challenges because they build resilience. Grateful for setbacks because they redirect. Grateful for pain because it sharpens wisdom. When you wake up grateful, you start your day at a higher frequency. When you go to bed grateful, you program your subconscious to seek out more reasons to appreciate. Gratitude creates a spiral of abundance. The more you give thanks, the more you find to be thankful for. The key isn't just feeling gratitude, but expressing it. Tell people what they mean to you. Write notes of thanks. Pause to savor a quiet moment. Appreciate your breath, your body, your heartbeat. Gratitude turns what you have into enough, and enough is the foundation for more. The universe tends to entrust greater gifts to those who honor the ones they already hold. Rule 7. The strength of emotional sovereignty. Here's a truth. Most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Your emotions aren't happening to you. They're being created by you. That single realization can change everything. Yet most people hand over their emotional state to the world around them, giving power to random events, circumstances, or careless words from others. One rude comment ruins their day. One financial hiccup steals their peace. One rejection destroys their confidence. Seneca warned us, every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns from the new and unknown to the eternal and divine. In other words, your emotions aren't automatic storms you're forced to endure. They're stories you create about what's happening. Consider two people facing the same setback. Both lose a job. One collapses in despair, telling themselves it's the end. The other feels the sting, then reframes it as a redirection, a push towards something better. Same event, different meaning. Same facts, different story. The difference is emotional sovereignty. When you reclaim that sovereignty, you stop being life's puppet. You feel your emotions fully, but you don't let them dominate. You learn to pause between trigger and reaction, to ask, what story am I telling? myself right now? To choose an interpretation that strengthens you instead of breaks you. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means guiding them. It means allowing yourself to feel sadness without drowning in it, anger without losing control, fear without paralysis. The Stoics weren't cold or detached. They were masters of inner navigation. They knew that once you govern your inner world, no outer chaos can take you down. Emotional sovereignty doesn't mean pushing your feelings into the shadows or pretending negative emotions don't exist. It means giving yourself permission to feel them fully while refusing to let them drive the car of your life. You can acknowledge anger without turning destructive. You can honor sadness without drowning in it. You can feel fear without becoming paralyzed. This balance is where your true manifesting power lies, because your emotions are more than fleeting moods. They are your creative energy. When you can maintain inner calm in the middle of chaos, you magnetize peace-filled experiences. When you can choose joy in the midst of challenge, you attract more joy into your reality. This is why mastering your emotional world is not optional. It's the foundation of creating the life you want. The practice is simple, though never easy. When a strong emotion rises, pause. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? What lesson is hidden here? How can I redirect this energy into something constructive? Then consciously decide how long you'll stay in that state and what action you'll take with the energy it offers. Your emotions are meant to be messengers, not masters. They are signals, not dictators. They exist to give you insight, to fuel your choices, not to imprison you. When you become the one who decides how long anger lasts, how deep sadness goes, how much fear influences you, you reclaim authorship of your life. Say it with power. My emotions exist, but they do not control me. Rule 8. The philosophy of enough. In today's world, society constantly whispers that you need more money, more recognition, more possessions, more success to finally feel whole. But the Stoics discovered a liberating truth. The feeling of enough is never about how much you own. It's about how you relate to what you already have. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more who is poor." These words didn't come from a man unfamiliar with luxury or status. They came from someone who had everything society claimed would guarantee happiness, and yet discovered that true wealth lives in contentment, not accumulation. The philosophy of enough doesn't mean abandoning your dreams or settling for mediocrity. It means detaching your sense of worth from the next achievement, the next purchase, or the next validation. It's the realization that the feeling you're chasing, peace, joy, fulfillment, is already available right here, in this moment. Here's the paradox. When you genuinely feel like you already have enough, you stop radiating desperation. And when desperation fades, abundance flows naturally toward you. Think of the people you know who seem to magnetize opportunities. They aren't constantly complaining about what they lack or broadcasting their neediness. They are content, grounded, at peace with where they are, yet open and excited for more. That kind of presence is attractive. It's not complacency, it's confidence. It's a steady knowing that you are already whole, already valuable, already enough. From this place, your dreams stop being an escape plan and start becoming an expression of who you already are Try this tonight. Before you close your eyes, mentally list everything you already have to be grateful for: your health, your relationships, the opportunities around you, even the lessons learned from pain. Feel the richness of your life. That feeling is abundance in its purest form. Say it and mean it. I am enough, and from that truth I attract more. Rule 9. The courage of authentic expression. One of the greatest obstacles to manifestation is living a life that doesn't belong to you. Every time you hide your real thoughts, bury your genuine desires, or bend yourself into roles that don't fit, you create friction inside your soul. That friction blocks the flow of what is truly meant for you. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself how much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does. Authentic expression is more than personal freedom. It's the channel through which your true destiny arrives. When you aren't authentic, you're essentially lying to the universe about who you are. How can life deliver what's truly yours? If you're showing up as a mask, how can the right opportunities find you if you keep hiding behind other people's expectations? Authenticity doesn't mean being harsh, reckless, or unkind. It means having the courage to speak your truth with compassion. It means choosing what genuinely excites you instead of what you think should excite you. It means making decisions rooted in your values, not in the fleeting approval of others. Here's the beauty. Authenticity naturally attracts what belongs to you and repels what doesn't. When you stop pretending, you stop wasting energy on the wrong paths. You begin aligning with the people, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with your real self. Yes, it takes courage. Authenticity means some people won't understand you. Some doors will close. Some paths you thought you wanted will prove unfit. But that isn't loss, it's liberation. Because everything that leaves clears space for what truly belongs. Your authentic self is your most magnetic self. The real you is the only one who can create a life that actually satisfies your soul. Start practicing today. In one conversation, tell the truth about how you really feel. In one choice, pick what your heart truly wants. Watch how the energy shifts. Rule 10. Trust in divine timing. This final Stoic principle may be the hardest in our impatient, instant gratification culture. Trust in divine timing. The deep understanding that life unfolds exactly when it's meant to, not when you demand it to. The Stoics called this amor fati, love of fate. To them, surrender wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. It was the recognition that there is an order to life far greater than our limited perspective. Most people exhaust themselves trying to force outcomes on their timeline. They chase, push, and demand. But forcing often delays what flowing could have delivered sooner. The discipline is in patience, in trusting that what is meant for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. Divine timing doesn't mean waiting passively. It means doing your part, planting the seeds, nurturing them with effort, and then releasing the need to control how fast they sprout. It means believing that even delays are purposeful, even detours are protective, even endings are doorways to something greater. When you learn to trust this rhythm, you stop clenching your fists at life. You stop wasting years in frustration. You discover peace in the waiting and joy in the becoming. Because every season, planting, waiting, harvesting, serves its role in your story, remember this: You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you are meant to be. The Stoic path teaches us not just to endure timing, but to love it. Because divine timing is not about withholding. It's about perfect preparation. This is not about passive waiting. It's about active faith in the deeper intelligence of the universe. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together." The Stoics trusted that life wasn't random chaos, but a rational, purposeful order where everything happens for a reason, even when that reason is hidden from our limited perspective. Your impatience, however, can become your greatest enemy. When you demand that things unfold on your timeline, you unknowingly create resistance against the natural flow of events. You become so fixated on forcing one specific outcome that you miss the countless other doors quietly opening around you. You reject blessings because they don't arrive in the exact packaging you imagined. But when you lean into divine timing, you relax into a rhythm far greater than your personal agenda. You begin to understand that delays are not denials, they are often divine protection or necessary preparation. Sometimes the world is rearranging to give you exactly what you've asked for. Other times you need to grow stronger, wiser, or more prepared before that dream can safely land in your life. Think about the most meaningful blessings you've ever received. How many of them showed up exactly when you expected? Probably very few. More often than not, life's greatest gifts arrive as surprises through paths you couldn't have predicted, at times when you weren't even looking. That is the mystery and the beauty of divine timing. This doesn't mean you stop taking action or abandon your goals. On the contrary, it means you take focused, dedicated steps while holding your goals lightly with open hands instead of clenched fists. You do your part with commitment, and then you surrender the outcome with grace. You stop exhausting yourself by trying to control what was never yours to control. When something powerful happens, you start to notice the magic in the present moment. Instead of missing today because you're anxious about tomorrow, you begin to see synchronicities right in front of you, chance meetings, small breakthroughs, tiny confirmations that you are exactly where you need to be. The Stoics didn't have vision boards, manifestation journals, or affirmations written on sticky notes. Yet they understood something modern self-help often forgets. True, manifestation is not about forcing life to give you everything you want. It's about becoming the kind of person who can receive what is meant for you. When you embrace these 10 principles: detached desire, present moment awareness, accepted resistance, inner authority, strategic non-action, gratitude, emotional sovereignty, the philosophy of enough, authentic expression, and trust in divine timing, you stop fighting against life and begin flowing with it. This is not lowering your standards or abandoning your dreams. This is raising your consciousness so high that miracles become ordinary, synchronicities become constant, and what you truly need finds its way to you without struggle. The Stoics knew that peace is not the absence of challenge, it is the presence of wisdom. And wisdom, practiced daily, creates the conditions for everything good to flow naturally into your life. Your manifestations are already on their way. Your task is simple but profound. Relax, trust, and prepare yourself to receive. So let's anchor this together. comment below. I relax, I trust, and I receive. And remember, don't keep this to yourself. Share this message with someone who needs peace more than pressure. Like this video if you're ready to step into flow. And subscribe to this channel, because this journey of wisdom, strength, and manifestation has only just begun. Until next time, stay stoic, stay strong, and stay open to miracles.